Hello, I'm Joel Hargis with the Florida Aviation Network. We are here in Lakeland, Florida at the 52nd annual Sun and Fun Aviation Show, and boy, do we have a dandy this year. It is beautiful weather, absolutely outstanding. If you're not here, you need to get in the car and get here. Thunderbirds are here this year. They're going to practice this afternoon and perform the next couple days, and it's just a great place to be. And so this particular show is one of my very favorites because where we normally talk about safety and things, and we always have that in mind, and that will be discussed. But our show today is with the Bahamas folks, particularly their aviation folks. And so let me introduce Ahmad and Sanique from the Bahamas. And Ahmad, you are the
Senior Manager of the Verticals Department. And
I'm the Director, Sanique Culmer. Yes.
of aviation.
Of aviation, yes.
So if you've never flown to the Bahamas, it's not a very hard thing to do. I have been there and done that. And I've been to the Bahamas many, many, many times. Such friendly people, I mean, it's just beautiful island paradise, right?
Indeed, indeed.
You like I say, it's just so much, my memories just flash back and it just makes me happy.
Correct.
So, but here today, what we want to do is take the mystery away out of flying to the Bahamas. Because you have many, many airports on many, many islands.
Indeed.
Do you know how many off the top of your head?
We have a total of about 52 airports in the Bahamas. I think about 28 to 29 of them are government owned.
Yeah, so 50 airports in the islands. And what I've noticed, I flew the Exumas once and I kind of crossed over,
Yep.
Over West End there and went down. And there's an airport on every island.
On every
so
island.
You're not really over water very long.
No.
It's not like hundreds of miles over water.
Correct. You're correct, Joel. Actually, the longest flight over the water would be from the Florida coast to our gateway islands. Gateway islands being Grand Bahama or Bimini, depending if you're coming up from the Stewart, Lakeland area, or you're coming down from Miami, Key West. Grand Bahama is only about 48 nautical miles off of Palm Beach.
Right.
Bimini is only about 44 nautical miles off of Miami Beach.
Right.
So that would be your longest time over water. And once you reach those two gateway islands, you just have a chain of keys and islands along the way. So you always have a sense of security and sense of a good feeling that you have somewhere to land. And as you say, you have so many airports on these islands and so many runways, whether they're active or not, they're available.
You can put her down.
Correct.
And so yeah, I that made me very comfortable.
Yes.
It's easy, really.
It is.
And I think probably what most people struggle with is the paperwork.
Truth.
So why don't one of you explain,
the process,
the easy way,
the process,
where to get the information.
Process.
I'm going to turn it over to you and let you explain all that to our audience.
That's no problem. Thank you, Joel. Like you said, it's easy. Every day a pilot has to file the flight plan, file the APIS, fill out your C7A form. Once you fill out your C7A form, you're going to create 3 copies. The reason being, you're going to give one to customs, one to immigration. You're going to keep one for yourself, which is your cruising permit. The reason why, once you get to the islands of the Bahamas, what we like to encourage you to do, island hop, right? You know how that is, Joel. Once you island hop, then you use that C7A form that was provided to you by customs. They're going to stamp it on each stop that you go. And it just shows customs on each island that you did the procedure, you crossed customs, you paid your fees, so you're good to go and free to go to island hop on any island that you want.
And it's really very similar in a boat.
It's very similar. Same process in the boat. You come across, you do your paperwork, which is a click to clear, all right? And you come across to the marina, pay your customs, do your fees, and you're good to go. It's the easiest process. I think it's more harder actually returning back than going to the
States.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Get an overfly permit. I mean, that's what I did.
Correct. And once you take off, you have flight following leaving the Florida coast. Coming from Miami, for example, Miami will hand you over to Nassau Tower. All right, once you get an Astoria, you close your flight plan before you leave. If you don't, the tower will close it for you. And that's it. Once you get down, you pay your parking, tie-up fees, and that's it.
And fees are pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it's very reasonable. It's very reasonable. Recently, we had a fee change down in 2024, but the fee change was just a difference of $102. So basically, for a private pilot flying for recreation purposes, they only pay $150. Doesn't matter if you're in a Cessna or if you're inside a jet.
Citation.
A citation, yeah. It doesn't matter what you're flying. You pay $150 if you're flying for recreational purposes. And that's the bulk of your fee. That's the bulk of which a pilot is going to pay. And once they're departing, they will pay $31 per head. So $150 coming in inbound, departure tax is $31 per head.
Yeah.
And that's it. Parking fees, somewhere around like $4 to $5, $6 some places, maybe $8 or something like that.
And departure fees are the same if you're flying commercial.
It's the same as you're flying commercial. If you're on a cruise ship, it doesn't matter where you are. Everyone pays that departure tax, not just the private pilot, not just the boater. Everyone pays that, no matter what you're on.
Yeah, and I've been to many islands in the Caribbean, and everybody's got a departure fee.
Correct.
And the Bahamian one is actually more reasonable.
You're correct.
Many places.
Correct. The Bahamas is the cheapest. It's cheapest for mainly pilots to come to the Bahamas than anybody else. A diver, a fisherman, a boater pays way more. Pilots just they pay less than anyone else.
So yeah, and I know coming back just to talk about that, you can get a flyover permit. I fly out of Leesburg, Florida.
Correct.
We have customs.
Correct.
So I flew out of Exuma, flew all the way to Leesburg.
Correct. And the great thing about the islands of the Bahamas, when you land, you have to land at a port of entry. All right? And you don't have to land at the first port of entry. If your fuel range can take you all the way down to the Exumas, or further down south, you can land at that port of entry. You have to leave from a port of entry, but it doesn't have to be the one that you initially landed at.
Okay.
Because you're island hopping, right?
Right.
So you can leave from a different port of entry.
And you guys encourage that.
Oh, we encourage that. And then we even have offers for that. If you island hop throughout the Bahamas, we give you $100, $150 actually. If you stay for 4 nights in one of our participating hotels, you get $300 credit. So basically that $150 that you paid, that automatically cancels out.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you do. It's so easy for pilots. We have a lot of good concessions and benefits for pilots flying to the Bahamas. A lot of hotel discounts and, for pilots. And I mean, if they want to find out with this information, they can go on Bahamas.com or they can go on the BahamasOutIslands.com. All right, myouterislands.com, where they can see all of the fees. But Bahamas.com, things to do, places to stay, restaurants, activities, all on Bahamas.com. The fees, the procedures, the forms that you need to download on the private aviation section of Bahamas.com. You can find all of this information.
See, that's great. So,
right.
as director of aviation, what actually is your role? And tell us about kind of what your responsibilities are and what you try to do to make it better, safer, easier. Please, talk to us.
Sure. So my role as director is to oversee our procedures in aviation, boating, diving, and fishing, and make it easier for our guests to have a wonderful time in the Bahamas, to get there and to be able to have a touch point, which makes it easier for them to either participate or enjoy their time and destination.
Nice.
Yeah, so for us, we want you to be able, as Ahmad said prior to be able to island hop. We want you to come in. We want you to go to the Abacos, where you can go to the Keys, visit our lighthouse that's on Hope Town, take a ferry over to Green Turtle Key, hop on over to, let's say, Luther, see our pink sand beaches on Harbor Island, look at the Glass Window Bridge, which we call the 8th wonder of the world.
Indeed.
Indeed. You can even hop over to the Exuma Keys, where we have our Tropic of Cancer Beach. Hey.
And the swimming pigs.
The swimming pigs. And, as Neil Armstrong was said as the astronaut, that's where you can see where the Bahamas lies from outer space, from the waters of Exuma.
Indeed.
So there's something for everyone. You can go into Long Island, dive into the Blue Hole. We have something for everybody.
Indeed.
Yeah, I just love it. That's why, like I said, I love this show. Because I've been from walkers to Eleuthera and even K-South.
Indeed.
I've been all over.
Indeed. And also, just so you know, Joel, we actually have about 14 of our major airports are actually under a PPP plan where they're going to be doing renovating 14 airports.
Oh, nice.
All the way down from Rumkey to Mayaguana, Xuma, Andres, you name it, Bimini. All of these islands now are going to refitting these airports, so people can continue to enjoy the wonderful islands of the Bahamas, and also we can protect those lovely aircrafts you got.
Well, I mean, obviously, tourism is
Yes.
primary for you guys, and we're showing some feed. We had the pigs on B-roll here.
Indeed, indeed.
But and so I do want to talk about, and we've went through this a couple of years ago because it's been a few years. You had a devastating hurricane.
Yes.
On Grand Bahama. What's it been? 5 years ago.
Grand Bahama and Abaco.
And Abaco, yes.
And Abaco.
Yes.
Okay. And I know we did a show 3 years ago talking about everything was pretty much back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure now everything is just hunky-dory, so to speak. You want to speak to that? Obviously last year was a great hurricane season.
Indeed.
We didn't have one.
Which is great, yeah, like you said.
Not to speak of.
Like you said.
I mean, how do you guys, because, when it happens, it's awful, right?
Yes.
But you guys are so resilient.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So true, so true, so true.
You got it figured out, and and what amazes me, you get devastated by a hurricane, you have little or no loss of life. You guys know where to go hide.
So we know.
Well, I wouldn't say that. This one was a real hitter. We had way more loss of life than we actually ever had. It was the worst hurricane we ever faced. So it's very it was a devastation, I must say. And I would be a liar if I didn't say people aren't still
Feeling the effects.
feeling the effects of
really?
it, PTSD of it, what have you.
Yeah, the mental effects.
Yes. But the government and the support from our international partners and friends, we appreciate so much because it was a big help to us. And they're still continuing to help at the same time. The islands have done very well in rebuilding themselves, especially our marinas, our hotels, and even the locals. Like you said, resilience. We just don't take it lightly.
Right.
It's
No.
we don't take it lightly. So,
You
we'll
have a plan?
Yes, we have a few years in the game. So we have a little template in place, but at the same time, that's nothing you can 100% completely prepare for. You
No.
never know what you're going to expect or what you're going to get in a sense.
What's nice about a hurricane is it don't just show up.
Exactly.
You get a few days
Exactly.
notice, if not weeks notice.
Exactly. But thank you for always also mentioning it.
Our prayers were with you
Yeah.
guys. Like
Thank
I say,
you.
I've made many friends down there, and such wonderful people, folks.
Indeed,
they're
indeed.
just such wonderful, wonderful people.
Indeed. The islands are beautiful. The people are beautiful. Everything about the islands are beautiful. We just encourage persons to come down and visit. Island hop, the reason why you island hop, because you might like one island, but then you might love the next. You never know. One island is definitely going to be for you. So we just encourage you guys to come down and experience the islands of the Bahamas. We're 200 miles from Lakeland, Florida. Normally we would have a fly out at the end of the event to show persons the ease of flying to the Bahamas. We put on a number of fly-ins throughout the year. So persons can sign up, again, on Bahamas.com under the aviation section. They can sign up to join these rendezvous or caravans,
Right.
personally led by the Ministry of Tourism, myself, leading them over for a few days.
And that's a great way to
Yep,
do it because there's safety in numbers.
Exactly. And they're with the government entity.
And that happens, 3 or 4 times a year?
Yes. At least a minimum about 4 times a year. We always have an annual Halloween fly-in. We have a Christmas fly-in. It's a few fly-ins that we do. All right, so we have a few ambassadors that, you guys might be aware of, where they're influencers or what have you. So, we encourage persons who've never done it. You have a gateway to do it, a way to do it, and we'll not only tell you about it, come at the booth and show you about it, but we actually will take you down and actually experience it with you.
Where is your booth this year?
Our booth is at Hangar D. Booth 19 to 21, Hangar D. I'm not sure if you know, but we had the Junkanoo rush out as well. At the hangar. The
You
first
had the what?
Junkanoo, our festival.
Junkanoo.
Yeah, Junkanoo. We
All
had
right,
it.
I know what Junkanoo
Yeah, we had it at Hangar D.
Now, that's fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah,
It's,
the first day of the
that's
show.
only a
Big
taste. We only
festival.
could give you a little something, you know, to get
That's
you to
right.
come down. We
That's
want you to come
right.
and experience for
That's-
yourself.
That is a festival. I mean, a
Indeed,
good
indeed,
time.
indeed.
I tell you, one of the other things I like about the Bahamas versus many other Caribbean islands these days is it's safer.
Indeed, indeed.
I mean, it's just safer.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You know,
Indeed.
there's no drug cartels in the Bahamas. You don't have none of that
No,
nonsense. going
no,
on.
no.
And so, I mean, this day and age, that's important, folks.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
You know, that should be in the formula as you make a decision of where you're going to go, travel, and stay.
Correct, correct.
And so, you know, I always want to point that out.
Thank you,
because-
thank you.
And the other thing I always like to point out is your food.
Oh, man. So
Right?
of course. When you come down, of course, if you go to Grand Bahama, make sure you hit up the fish fry, where you could get fried snapper. Let's get the macaroni, the peas and rice, the potato salad. Everything is awesome. You know, try our carconch. Listen.
I love conch.
Oh, my
awesome.
gosh.
And if you want to wash it down a little bit, let's try a little bit of gully wash or sky juice, where you get your little coconut water, a little bit of
Nice.
gin. We just put a little something in there for you, and then we keep it moving. But the food is awesome. The conch fritters, everything will be, oh my God.
Conch and pigeon
The
peas
peas.
is my favorite. I mean, if I'm in the islands, I'm eating that at least once or twice. And I love the food there. Yeah, it's just a great place to go and check. And you've got some big resorts down there. You've got, I don't know how many Sandals are down there.
Right now we have a Sandals in Nassau, Royal Bahamian, and then we had a Sandals in Exuma, which they're now rebranding into Beaches.
Oh, okay.
So that would be a great family-friendly
Yeah.
atmosphere.
I was
So-
at that Sandals, it's been several years, but beautiful. I mean, just what a great resort,
Indeed,
you know.
indeed.
And so I guess what I'm trying to say is they've got accommodations at this level or this level.
For everyone.
For
Or
everyone.
something
For
more
everyone.
inexpensive.
For everyone.
And you know, you can go, you can rent a rope moped, you can ride around the islands. What am I missing, Sanique?
The only thing we're missing here is to get the people to come on down.
That's it.
Like,
Right.
we're ready. Sign up for the boating flings, for the fly-ins, let's go. We're ready
That's
to
right.
take you.
That's
Like,
right.
And again, one thing I would want to point out about the destination in Bahamas is our warm, friendly people.
Yeah,
That would make
no
it
doubt.
most definitely
Worthwhile.
and making your experience that much better.
Indeed.
You know, I have so many good memories. I used to go on live-aboard dive boats, and one of my favorite stories is we would anchor out of Nicholstown, which is
Andros.
Andros.
Yep.
And in the morning, me and the captain would get in a dinghy, and we'd go to the beach, and we'd walk about 3 blocks to this small wooden house, and the lady's name was Mrs. Woodside. I never forget this. And I didn't even know what we're doing. Then knock on the door, and she's like, "How many you need?" And I'm like, 3. And I'm thinking, what the heck? It was fresh bread, folks. It was fresh bread. I mean,
Fresh baked bread.
oh my
Listen.
gosh,
Yeah.
it smelled like.
Yeah.
My job was to hold it in the inflatable, and
Yeah.
go back to the boat for breakfast, and then we would stay there for usually several nights. And Mrs. Riley had a restaurant right there in Nicholstown, and now Nicholstown is like just a very small village.
Indeed.
And
Central.
It was always over the 4th of July, and my birthday's on the 6th. And so
Wow.
we would always go there, and she'd be like, "Well, what are you guys eating?" "Well, conch and pigeon peas." But she always, every year, and I did this for probably 5 years, she always came up with a birthday cake for me.
Wow.
My point is the
Yep.
people.
Yep.
The people.
They're
Indeed,
just
indeed.
so hospitable.
Indeed.
And if you've never experienced that fresh baked bread out of a little village in the islands, because that's about ubiquitous, right? Every small village has somebody that bakes
Everybody
bread.
has or
Yep.
have somebody who does something.
Yes, right.
Right.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
that's a lifetime experience.
Indeed.
I will never, ever, ever forget that.
Indeed, indeed.
And I've never, everybody is so friendly
Yes.
and laid back and
Chill.
no rush.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So we got just a minute left. Any closing remarks, Ahmad? Or you've
Like-
done a great job. Bahamas.com right? I got that.
Most definitely.
Bahamas.
Yes, Bahamas.com is the #1 source of information for any person, whether you're a pilot, whether you're just a general guest or traveler looking to go to the islands of the Bahamas. Bahamas.com will definitely be your best friend. If not, if you're here at Sun and Fun, please visit us at Hangar D, booth 19 to 21. We're definitely here to answer any questions, assist you in any matters, any problems that you need, any information that you might require. We're here for you. Thank you, Joel and the team for Florida Aviation Network for everything that you always do for us. And Sun and Fun team, a great partnership that we're actually expanding each year with. So we're happy to do that and always happy to be at Sun and Fun. Sanique?
I concur with Ahmad's sentiments. We just want to thank you again for having us here and giving us the opportunity to share to the world what the Bahamas has to offer.
That's right.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
I am Joel Hargis on the Florida Aviation Network. Stay tuned. We got more great shows coming up.